What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? All right, so StreamYard is acting up, so they're having a lot of technical difficulties, so I can't promise how long the stream will stay on or if I get kicked out of the studio and got to come back again. So if that happens, so yeah, StreamYard software acting up very, very bigly, so I apologize. This live stream is about 2 hours and 40 minutes late because StreamYard has been down all day. So we'll do what we can do today, guys. We'll see how far we can get. And we'll just kind of go from there. It's been frustrating. All right, so let's get right on into it, guys. Let's see what's going on. Danny with the chat. Yo, quick snipe, my dude. So as we can see here, Bitcoin wicked down. As I said earlier today, we touched the 30-day SMA just as anticipated, right? We'll see where this candle closes in about 3 hours and 20 minutes. We'll see what happens, right? But yeah, we could come back down to this golden box here, guys, before we take off. But honestly, I think this is like one final shakeout, fake out. Honestly, I think we're heading in that direction, guys. Things are about to get juicy. I've showed you metric after metric. I mean, let's look at a couple things. Why not? First thing I wanted to show you guys, check this out. You think altcoins are going to pop, guys? Look at this. Boom, the Dixie collapsed today. Look at this collapse on the DXY. Boom. Almost down into our altcoin season range box. We're inching and squinching our way closer to that. So that's very, very good. Let's go look at the Russell. Russell's turning its way back up. Has to break above this 200-day. And then it's going to go on its parabolic run. And let's go look at the total 2. Total 2 is retesting the top of the trend line on this bull flag. So it's just touching the top of it right now, just touching the tip, right? So a retest is perfectly healthy, so that's good. Guys, I really think we're about to turn up big time. I really, really do. Over these next few weeks, things are going to get juicy. Danny going for the double shot. Nice double tap. Guys, we need to stay positive. Where are people negative right now? I haven't really seen much on social media today. Are people negative? Like, seriously? I mean, we've had like weeks of upside here. We've had weeks of upside and we have a little bit of a red time and people are negative? Really? What have we had here? Look. Look what's been happening, guys. Let me show you something here. Let's go to the weekly. If you are seriously feeling bearish right now or negative in some way, why don't you have a look at the weekly chart for Bitcoin right now? Look at this from the bottom at 74K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big weekly candles. These are weekly candles, not daily candles. 7 big weekly candles, followed by 1 red weekly candle, and now we're at 2 more green weekly candles. So that is what? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 red weekly candle out of the last 10 weeks. And you're bearish? You're spoiled rotten is what you are, right? What else do we have out there? H. Barbarina in the house. What's going on, man? Today's a bloodbath, and Bitcoin barely touched the 30-day. Not even close, actually. Yeah, I think we're at it again right now. Go to the daily. Yeah, we're at it right now. So we'll see what happens, right? I'm doing some DCAing today, guys, because this is a fake out, right? So you can sit on the sidelines, be scared and negative, or you can take advantage of it. But I promise you, in a couple of weeks, those of us that have been DCAing. Oh, also, let's go look at the. We didn't even look at the M2. Let's look at the M2 as well. Oh, Oh, that's right. M2 money supply. The M2 just broke through and put a new local high in today. M2 money supplies running up as we speak right now, and people are negative, right? I don't understand. Let's check out some other time frames though for the M2. Let's move it around a little bit. Let's go to the 80. What are we looking at? Boom. Let's play around a little bit here. 80 days not really going. Let's check out the 90-day. No, that doesn't work. Let's try going downwards instead of upwards. Let's go to the 70. Oh, there you go. 70 is pretty correlated. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. Yes, you like it. You like it. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Ty, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my dude. Matt's in the house. What's going on? Amazing coins. Remember that you only lose when you sell the red. Yes, I'm finding it really, really hard to believe right now that there are actually people who are panicking, bearish, and feeling negative right now. I feel like someone's playing a practical joke on me. Are you guys got to be kidding right now, right? A little bit of red and people are, that it can't be true. I haven't seen much of it, but I mean, nobody out there can be that naive and that thick. Nobody can. Leo, what's going on, buddy? John, should I wait to enter Zebec? It looks like it's on a downtrend. I'm doing DCAing right now, man. I do not wait for lower prices. I DCA. Waiting for lower prices is how you get left behind, right? Amazing coins, what's going on? How's everything going today? It's going good, man. It's going good. Listen, remember the video I did on the Patreon the day before yesterday, guys, with the 3 gems? I'm going to be going very aggressively into all 3 of those gems today. So I will put my buy alerts over on the Patreon today, but all 3 of them today, I'm going aggressive. I'm filling my bags on these gems before they take off, man. Lou, what's up, man? Hope you got some rest. Little bit. My son is sick right now as we speak. He's upstairs and he's sick. He threw up. So yeah, I'm probably going to be pretty sick in a couple days. So just incoming, right? You know it's incoming when your kid is sick. You know a couple days later you're about to get sick. Paul, good to see you, my friend. What's going on, man? I thought you said BTC was supposed to go up. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Let me show you something. Let me break it down for you here, okay? Let me break it down for you. I hope you're joking. I really hope you're joking. So what I said was the second half of June, Bitcoin was going to start working its way up and the entire market, right? I said around the 10th, I think we'll start to see that move up, give or take 2 or 3 days. Those were my exact words. You can go back and watch them and find out. So right here, oh, look what happened. Bitcoin went up from when I was saying it, 8.55%. So Bitcoin went from $101,000 to $110,000 in the time frame that I said it was going up. And you actually just said, I thought you said Bitcoin was going to go up. Bitcoin did go up. You weren't paying attention, first of all. Second of all, nobody told you anywhere ever that there was going to be no corrections anywhere ever for Bitcoin. So if someone says Bitcoin's going up, your idea is that Bitcoin's just going to do this and just never stop, never correct, never do anything. That's just what Bitcoin's going to do if someone says it's going up. Man, I don't know if crypto is made for you, my friend. I don't know if you're built for it. Easy. I ain't scared. I eat chicken wusses for breakfast. There you go, man. There you go. Ya boy. I panicked and bought a super. There you go, buddy. There you go. What else do we have? Danny, chilling. Amazing coins for you. Making money for dry powder. There you go. Guys, as always, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow, costs you absolutely nothing. Yeah, and another thing, we were talking, I just read a comment there. We were talking this morning in the video that, so Powell said a couple of months ago in one of his pressers that they wanted to see that Bitcoin was, or that Bitcoin, that inflation was moving towards 2%, and that we didn't actually have to be at 2% for them to start cutting rates, right? That's what he said. He said, we don't actually have to be there. We just want to see that we're moving in that direction. Okay, well, I would submit to you that inflation is at 2.4%. So we are 0.4% away from the goal, and yet Powell still refuses to cut rates. At this point, I think it's more about him and his ego and his pride than it is about anything else, right? It's detrimental at this point in time to the American economy to be refusing to cut rates when we're 0.4% away from the goal. You're splitting hairs, right? So I don't think he's acting in good faith at this point. I think he doesn't want to cut rates because he knows that markets will boom, and he doesn't want markets to boom under Trump, right? Spuds, what's going on, man? Amazing coins. Sorry, guys, had to go to work. Hey, get that extra powder, man. Smash the like. Remember, we need his crystal balls. I hope Bitcoin dips a bit more and parabolic phase finally starts. Yes, 106 will hold. Well, we're just a hair below it right now, but what matters is where we close these daily candles, right? That's what we need to pay attention to. So let me get the M2 back up on the screen. Pow! Very nice, very nice. Yep, it's looking pretty good, guys. It's looking pretty good. Diana, hey, does anyone have a top price range for loan protocol? I think I have an exit price point over on the Patreon for it. What's up, crypto fan? Much love, John. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Young Elder, Zebec, Beck. Absolutely. Funky says Caesar threw a price prediction for XCN at 26 to 32 cents end of July. Can I have your thoughts on this, or if you have a different price point for this time frame? I really get, I don't know what the word is. It's crazy that people keep giving time frames. Like they say, hey man, what's the price of this project going to be 10 days from now? What's the price of the project going to be the end of June, end of July, like nobody knows. Funky, and this isn't directed at you, brother. It's not directed at you. So, but nobody knows, and it's really difficult to kind of, you know, just say it's going to be this. I don't think it's going to be, I disagree. I don't think it's going to be 26 to 32 cents. By the end of July, I could see 8 to 10. I could see 8 to 10, something like that. But 26 to 32, I think, is a bridge too far for that time frame anyways, right? John, love you, crypto fam. There he is. B, how's it going, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Vegito Black, let's go, Zebec. Mike, happy Thursday. Appreciate all you do. Kiza, I don't believe in price predictions with time scales. You're never going to get that one. Yeah, you're literally just pulling numbers out of a hat, really. I mean, you can guess, you can use tools on the chart and stuff like that, but even that is just, you know, there's no way to know for sure. B says, hit that thumbs up and let's go. Let's help the algo. Yes. We're at 358 people watching, and we only have 80 likes, guys. Come on, let's smash that like button up there. Let's get it going. I got some big news, guys. Big news for my Jasmi community out there. Guys, if you are a fan of Jasmi, if you hold Jasmi, if you love Jasmi, if you want to know what's going on with Jasmi, Junction, and the nodes, the Junction nodes, I have big news for you guys, okay? Hara, I have been in talks with KJ, and Hara has agreed to allow me to send him over a bunch of community questions, and he's going to answer all of our questions, guys. Yes, Hara himself is going to reply to a list of questions that we send over to him, okay? Now, here's the kicker. The Patreon members are going to get priority for their questions being asked. So if you have a question for Hara in regards to Junction or the nodes, get over to the Patreon, send your question to me, and I will add it to the list of questions that I will be sending over to Hara. Yes, you heard me right, guys. Hara himself is going to be answering our questions. Absolutely fantastic. And then I will, obviously, it will be right here on the YouTube channel, but the questions that are going to get asked are going to be asked by the Patreon members. So if you want to be involved, get over to the Patreons. Just one of the perks of being in our community, guys. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. This is massive. I've not seen Hara really do much for the West, like Western YouTubers. I've not seen much at all from him hopping on YouTube channels or anything of the sort. So this is massive news, guys. If you want to participate, like I said, you must be a member of the Patreon. So Nick, Big Rob on the Stairmaster, watching every step is $1. There you go, brother. There you go. Hey, Rob and community, talk to me about XCN. XCN's fantastic. I'm a little bit skeptical about their plan moving forward here in regards to allowing Chain to take control of the DAO. I'm a little bit worried about that. I need more details on how it's going to play out. So stay tuned for that, because if Chain takes over and has enough coins, if they get enough XCN coins that Chain can use them to manipulate the votes on the DAO, well, then the project is no longer decentralized, right? So but this is Caesar. This is ask Rob for his opinion. Absolutely, Funky. Absolutely, brother. Turn up for what? Hey, Rob. In Rob, we trust. Thank you for everything you do. I hope you get some rest. Yes, I need some rest. I feel like I've been a little cranky lately. There she is. Gamma Goddess in the house. Lots of blessings coming our way. Let's continue to follow Rob's guidance and hold the line. We have 5.5 months left. Yes, absolutely. Guys, you have 5.5 months left. You have less time than that to accumulate. So got to be on the ball, man. Oscar, hey, Rob, good afternoon, brother. Hope all is well. I think the negative sentiment is because double taps, milk money. Chris, DCA is the way. What up, Rob, my man? Good to see you, man. Ditto is in the house, Pokemon style. Hey, Rob, everyone should work on setting their emotions aside. We're going to the moon in no time, for sure. Absolutely. And here's the thing, guys. If you're emotional right now about this stuff, if you're worried, if you're anxious, or whatever it is, any kind of negative context when it comes to emotion, you're not just going to be in trouble right now. You're going to be in even more trouble when things go parabolic and things are going, there's euphoria everywhere. You're going to be in even more trouble. Because if you can't control your emotions and you're worried and anxious and stuff like that on a day like today, when it's a little bit red, when things are going parabolic and stuff, you're screwed if you don't have help. You're going to sell too soon or hold too long. You don't have any emotional control, right? You got to get that under control, guys. Got to get it under control. Fridge, general question. With regulations and Genius Act, do you think a rare few altcoins will decouple from the 4-year cycle? I see. I think I know what you're getting at. I think you're asking me if I think the ISO coins will decouple, and I have a video discussing later today about the whole 4-year cycle breaking theory, right? And to sum it up quickly, right now. I would highly recommend you watch the video later today, but to sum it up quickly here, why would you want the 4-year cycle to end. Sorry, to answer your question before I get into it, no, I don't think that any projects, not this time around anyway, not this cycle, are going to decouple from the 4-year cycle because they're ISO 222 compliant. I don't think that that's going to happen, no. But to kind of go further, why would anyone at this point in time want the 4-year cycle to end? I'm genuinely curious, because I think that I see a lot of people talk about how, you know, the 4-year cycle's broken and it's going to end and it's a good thing. That's a bad thing. That's not a good thing. If the 4-year cycle breaks and projects don't go back down into bear markets, how are you going to make any money? Right? How, if you don't have downside volatility, there's no upside volatility, right? You got to take the crookeds with the straights. So if you're saying that you want the 4-year cycle to break and to end and to not exist anymore, well, then what you're saying is you don't want any more volatility in crypto. You don't want any more life-changing wealth or opportunity to the upside, right? I don't think a lot of people think that through when they hope for this to happen. I'm not saying you, Fridge. I'm just speaking in generalities here. The last thing that I want is the 4-year cycle to end. That means it's over. It's done. Crypto's the stock market, right? Why would anyone want that to end? I don't get it. Where are we? What's up, Rob? Did you see the DXY drop below? Yeah, I looked at the DXY about 20 minutes ago on the stream. So yes, I did. Tyler, no time for bears. DCA only. Agree with Danny. Nia, there you go. Hey, Nia, how you doing? 108 days still. You want to look at the 108 day? Let's look at the 108 day. Mm, 108 days happening too soon, right? Happening too soon. Cherokee Kid, I'm a buy on dipper, not a cry in my beer red cellar. There you go. Prayer for you, my son. God bless everyone. Absolutely, Hybrid Dad. God bless, my friend. Mario, Rob, you just had me thinking of Fire Marshal pill. YOLO. Aloe vera juice works wonders for stomach bugs. Yes. The wife's got him on that, I think. I can't believe I was panicky yesterday. Maybe I was just thinking of how rich I'm going to be. There you go. Rob, don't waste your breath on these wasters. Yeah, you're right, Kizza. You're right, man. Rob, I commend you for your patience with these crazies. Thank you so much. Education is key. We get this over on Rob's Patreon. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. People are very negative. Tisk. I paused you, and I got to catch up. Hope I don't see you at open mic. Hope to see you at open mic tomorrow. Any live for the Patreon today? Yeah, I'll probably do the live later tonight for the Patreon. My whole day got screwed up because StreamYard was acting a fool, right? So it screwed my whole day up. So I had to move some things around. So yeah, we will be doing a live stream later tonight. Funky said, Mr. T said today that what he is doing is working. Yeah, I saw that. I think he tweeted it out or something, right? Appreciate everything you do, Big Rob. Last great DC opportunity. Pack them bags. Yes, big things popping, little things stopping. People don't listen to Rob, and it's absolutely fascinating to me. Now hit the likes. Yeah, exactly. A lot of times people will take what I say, they'll twist what I say into the narrative that they want it to fit and then shoot it back. So that's fine, right? Guys, we only have 98 likes. We have 424 people watching and 98 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Come on, let's get it going here, guys. Let's get it to 200. That's only half the people that are here. They're in the get rich quick mindset. Yes, exactly. That's the problem, right? There's a lot of people being negative on Jasmi and starting to get frustrated, but I'm not one. Believe in Rob and his expertise. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Rob. I'll have to check further back. Thanks again for all you do. Hey, no problem. No problem. Profit pick says it all. Profile pick says it all. Yeah. I'm a scared chicken. What's traded Jasmi for BNP Greenfield? They're in the get rich now mindset. Yes, yes. Never going to work. Can Zebec hit 5 cents? Yes, in my opinion, it can. Beebs, you greasy bastard. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, my dude. Can always count on Beebs. Can always count on Beebs. How you doing, Rob? When do you see Zebec starting to make its move up? Probably not for another couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. I think it's got to kind of hit that 2033 levels still, 2033, 2035. Where are we right now on it? Yeah, I still think we have to hit that. Beebs, breaking news, Elizabeth Warren buys Bitcoin. Top signal. Capitulation. My portfolio today. There you go. There you go. DCA. William, what's up, buddy? Just got a decent wallet. Nice. There you go, man. There you go. Keep that crypto safe, brother. Jovan with the cakes. Joining Patreon, best decision in my crypto journey. Bought 2 bags on the dip. There you go, man. Nice. Cameron, check out this Aero pump. Aero? Is Aero pumping? Let me see. It's up 14% while everything else is down. That's pretty good. Why? Why is it pumping while everything's down? Did it get a listing or something? Shannon, what's up, man? What's up from an airplane? There you go. Crypto Dave, what's up, buddy? In Jasmi, we trust. Yes. Birthday countdown. Yes. This weekend is my birthday, actually. We have 5.5 months left. Yes, look on the bright side. It's very foggy. I think I should buy Fartcoin. There you go. Didn't Fartcoin just get listed on Coinbase, I think? I want to say Coinbase it got listed on. Oh, that Fartcoin. Making moves. I should just sell all my bags and move them into Fartcoin. I mean, come on, man. That's where the money is, right? That's where the money is. Hang on here. Overcome. Is XCN showing signs of a double bottom? XCN. Which time frame are you talking about, Carlos? Be anxious for nothing. Exactly. Hurry up and wait. Sure, I see what you're saying. Hey, yeah. My rant wasn't about you, by the way, Fridge. Hopefully you get that. Justin's son already manipulates XCN. What does it matter anymore? Well, then sell your bags and go. If that's how you feel, sell your bags and go. Right? Nobody's holding you here. Ty, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We are still on for bull run later this year. Yeah. Yes. My bad, guys. I opened my very first leverage long on Bitcoin today. You wrecked us, Motives. There's the culprit right there. Motives wrecked us. Carlos, hey, Rob, when do you think Swift will move to when do you see Miria running back up? I mean, obviously, it's probably going to be a couple of days for everything to recover now. Probably, you know what? I wouldn't be shocked, guys, if we're just kind of sideways now for the weekend, right? Maybe Monday, Tuesday, we start to move our way back up. That wouldn't surprise me. Mr. Wright, red days make me broke. My dry powder disappears. To have all these DC opportunities is a gift. Yes, absolutely. Big C, what's up, man? You greasy bastard. Should I go full evil Santa mode and buy a bot and buy out Pokemon card restocks and resell them? This guy just offered me one. No. My descent will arrive tomorrow. There you go, man. There you go. How long do you think it takes for Miria to break the resistance? Like I said, probably next week. I think next week we'll start to move our way back up again. We made a really big move this week, guys, right? We're back up over 106K again, so that's good. So, yeah. We want to stay above 106,000 right now. If I told you my wife is putting everything on Fartcoin, I would be sleeping outside. I need to make Charo coin. There you go. What's the chances of Miria getting listed on Coinbase? I think the chances of it getting listed on Coinbase are fantastic. As for soon, I have no idea. Telly says, family just DCA and HODL. It's that simple. You and Gamma better be wearing your birthday hats on y'all's special day. Yes, absolutely. But I can never convince Gamma to share the margaritas, man. She hogs them from me, right? Almost missed the live. E-dubs in the house. Hey, Rob and crew, make sure you hit the likes and subscribe. We got to get those numbers up. Yes, what do we have? 422 people watching, 122 likes. We're getting close, guys. We got to get up to that 200 like position. Let's get it done. Big C says, be patient, people. Got to have conviction and follow Rob's master advice. Rob, does Jerome Powell speak next week? I have to look into that. I'm not sure, Beeps. Which one coin we need to beg for that rally? Thanks for your time. Godspeed. I can't tell you what to buy, if that's what you're asking. Carlos, Rob, do you think we have two peaks this cycle? No, I don't. I think I'm really starting to steer more and more towards the 2017 blow off top than the 2021 diarrhea coin. Hey, Rob, where do you see Swift in the next couple of months? Honestly, probably somewhere around 20-25 cents. Parallel Life, what's going on? B, yes, Jerome Powell speaks on the 18th. There you go. Yeah, but he's not going to cut rates or anything. So, I mean, it's a nothing burger for me. I'm pretty sure that right now it's priced in that there won't be any rate cut. So, if we get a rate cut, markets will pump because it's priced in that we're not going to have one, right? Do you still believe Jasmi will still move with the no, it's changed. They don't have their product out to market, right? So that's the problem. Their product's not coming out to market until closer to Q3 of this year. Their mainnet, we're still waiting for their mainnet to launch. We're waiting for the PDL to launch. We're waiting for the Jasmi wallet to launch. None of it is out yet, right? But like I said earlier, guys, if you love Jasmi, understand something here. Hara himself is coming on. He's going to be answering our questions, right? He agreed to it today. Just today, he agreed to it. So I'm going to be sending questions over. The questions are going to come from the Patreon members, right? So if you have a question for Hara that you want answered in regards to Junction, the mainnet, the nodes, then get over to the Patreon and I will add your question to the list. Alfonso, what's up, buddy? Funky says 100K subscribers on the horizon. You've 6x'd in 2 years and building momentum. Yeah, we've been doing really good. We've been hitting these spurts, but YouTube is weird. It like shadow bans me for a while, and then so it's like pushing water up a hill to grow, to get the channel to grow and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden the dam breaks and we go up like 1,000, 2,000 subscribers in a couple of days. And then it just does it again. Like I think it's starting to slow down again right now. So that's why we have to make sure that we're hitting the like button, guys. We only have 137 likes out of 418 people. That's like just running up and kicking me right in the nuts, right? Why would you do that? Hit the like button, man. Don't kick me in the nuts. What else do we have? Sav, what's up, man? Thanks for everything, brother. That money in the bank, though, what did you think about it? Money in the bank. I'm not surprised by most of it. It played out pretty. I was surprised Naomi won. I was surprised by that. But outside of that, I mean, it's kind of standard, right? I'm more surprised that Jey Uso that they gave the title back to Gunther on Monday. That was more surprising. But the 2017 cycle went from 2017 January to 2018. No. What I mean is that it's going to be about a 4 or 5 month straight up run, and then it's over. That's what I mean. Mr. Wright, I keep getting Flare airdrops. Will it be worth something someday? Oh yeah, Flare is a good project, man. I like Flare. Aero leads DeFi on base with 10.4 million in revenue and a recent 14% rebound. Yeah, we were looking at it. It's up 17.5% now. Potential Binance listing. Maybe that's what's up. Jasmi's going to be like $5 by 2029. That would be epic. That would be epic. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. All right. What else do we have? All right. Let's get into some of the news, right? We haven't even covered none of the news. Let's have a look at what's going on around the market, shall we? But first, guys, quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Get yours today by using our link down below. Not your keys, not your coins. They have like a 2-for-1 deal going on right now on the biometric wallet. They also have the card wallet, guys. Check it out for yourselves. Keep your crypto safe. Keep it off exchanges. I like Beam. My opinion on Beam is that I like it. I like it a lot. All right, what else do we have? So Mr. T spoke today to Coinbase State Crypto Summit and says his administration is working to create clear and simple market framework. Check it out.
One at the Coinbase State of Crypto Summit. I'm delighted to speak to some of the greatest visionaries and pioneers in the fields of tech and finance who are working to build a future powered by crypto. Many have called me the first crypto president. That's an honor. I really do consider that a very big honor, actually. And starting on day one, we ended the Biden administration's war on crypto. It was an absolute war and very unfair. And we unleashed American innovators to do what you do best, lead the world into new frontiers. We ended Operation Choke Point 2.0. I created the first presidential working group on digital assets. I named a pro-freedom, pro-innovation SEC chair, a great man named Paul Atkins, and we created the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and the United States Digital Asset Stockpile. But we are not done yet. My administration is working with Congress to pass the Genius Act, supporting the creation of dollar-backed stablecoins. And we also will be working to create clear and simple market frameworks that will allow America to dominate the future of crypto and Bitcoin. Congratulations to everyone at this exciting time in your industry and in our country's life. I wish you all the best of luck.
Unfortunately, it was kind of quiet. I couldn't raise the volume. It was recorded quiet, so my volume was even cranked on there. So very, very bullish though, guys. Very, very bullish to see that kind of support for crypto coming from the administration. I know that people kind of get bored of it and stuff, but it's still important, right? Big news here, guys. Circle's USDC now available on the XRP ledger. Very big news for XRP ledger. You love to see it. What else do we have? Anthony Pompliano, the U.S. and China are set to sign a new trade deal.
Donald Trump and China's President Xi seem to be making up like old lovers. Yesterday, Trump announced a trade deal with China that has been agreed to and it is subject to final approval. Here's his exact message. Our deal with China is done subject to final approval with President Xi and me. Full magnets and any necessary rare earths will be supplied upfront by China. Likewise, we will provide to China what was agreed to, including Chinese students using our colleges and our universities, which has always been good with me. We are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. Relationship is excellent. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I mean, it's kind of crazy and absolutely hilarious to see our relationship is excellent after all the jawboning these two countries did with each other for the last few months. In the end, this was all just a big exercise in the United States, the big bad USA, getting a better trade deal than we had before. I also find it interesting that China was so focused on allowing Chinese students to use American colleges and universities. Next time someone tells you how horrible America is, just remember one thing. We may have plenty of issues. We may need to improve a lot of things, but we are still better than most other options in the world. So where do we go from here? What's next? Are we all just going to forget about what happened over the last couple of weeks? I think we're going to see similar deals announced around the world. At least that's what Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said on CNBC yesterday. Take a listen to this.
You guys have set the deadline for early July to have more trade deals. We're expecting more to come. What can you tell us about the progress of any of the ones you're working on? We thought Japan, India were close. We got this framework from the UK, but what else is coming there?
Oh, there are so many coming, but when you've got Scott, Jameson, and I spending, 25 hours locked in a room with the Chinese, we're not really doing the other deals. Yes, our teams are moving them forward, but now we're going to be focused, starting today, we're going to be focused on other deals. We're going to get them done. We're in good shape with lots of countries, but good shape isn't good enough for the United States of America. We want great deals that are fundamental for America. We can get them. We can get them done. We need to open these other countries' markets. Our farmers, our ranchers, our fishermen, they are going to have just a great time. Our machinists, we sell lots of equipment overseas. Boeing always does amazingly well in these deals. So this is the key to us. Can we open up our exports and end this nonsense of a $1.2 trillion trade deficit? And that's what we're working on. And you're going to see deal after deal. This is going to start coming next week and the week after and the week after. We've got lots of them in the hopper. We just want to make sure they're the best deal we possibly can make. We don't want to rush. And Donald Trump is never going to accept the rush. He only accepts the best from us. And we're going to give it to him.
25 hours locked in a room with the Chinese? These guys are working their butts off for us. And you got to appreciate the fact that they're getting results too. Open the markets, bring down the foreign tariffs on us, and let's get a more even playing field. I like our shot in any international negotiation.
Yeah, and he did say that they're expecting more announcements, more deals in the coming weeks. Very, very bullish, guys. Very, very bullish. Can you raise... What? Can you raise me T's volume? Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Super fantastic. Thank you for answering the question. Say no problem. Angela, imagine jumping an Apple Siri. Beebs, buy some cookies. There you go. Hey, Rob, do you see XRP going to 10K one day? No, I absolutely do not. U.S. PPI inflation comes in at 2.6%. JP Morgan's dire warning. Highly anticipated PPI inflation in the U.S. came in at 2.6%, in line with forecasts, increasing for the first time in 3 months. Also, PPI inflation increased by 0.10% in May from the revised minus 0.2 in April, rising less than expected. Bitcoin's price and Ether saw a slight rebound from 2% drop earlier amid geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and new tariff plans by Mr. T. After CPI inflation cooled in the U.S., traders expected the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates 2 times this year. PPI inflation print has significantly boosted odds of 2 rate cuts. At the time of writing, the CME Fed Watch showed 2 fully priced rate cuts in September and October, respectively. The probability of the Fed interest rate cut in September increased to 62% and 42% in October. So now we have to wait till September, October to get a rate cut, most likely. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics released the latest data on PPI inflation for May. As per the reports, the annual PPI comes in line with expectations at 2.6%, but increased from a revised print of 2.5 in April. The core PPI inflation dropped to 3% from 3.1 previously. The monthly PPI and core PPI inflation increased 0.1%, declining from 0.2 in the previous month. The inflation prints for April were revised by the Bureau. As per Wall Street data, they expect hotter prints, which could have challenged dovish Fed sentiment. Downside bets were from Citigroup, Standard Charter, suggesting disinflation still has momentum. JP Morgan analysts warned that a potential military strike, I'm not going to say the words because I'll get shadow banned, drove the price of oil up to $120 per barrel, pushing CPI back to 5%. The warning was in line with JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's dire warning about the weakening of U.S. economy as of the effects of pandemic-era stimulus fade. Earlier reports revealed that U.S. officials were informed that, I can't read that part, guys. I'll get shadow banned if I do say the country's names. The U.S. dollar, the DXY, extended its decline on Thursday, falling below 97.8 to reach its lowest level since 2022. This occurred as a result of the renewed trade tension and geopolitical risks weighing on the market sentiment. Moreover, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield dropped 6 weeks low to 4.361% at the time of writing. Traders were closely watching the key 30-day bond auction, which will provide additional insight into demand for longer duration debt. Mr. T continued to call for a 100 BPS rate cut, so he's pressuring Powell to cut by one full point. As per 10X research, fears of a collapsing U.S. consumer sentiment are likely overrated. It added that rather than hard data being driven by soft sentiment may have been unduly influenced by negative media coverage. Big surprise, the media was affecting things unnecessarily, right? Moreover, the crypto market braces for $28,000 Bitcoin, $28,000 in Bitcoin options with a national value of more than $3 billion set to expire tomorrow. So that could be another factor here, guys, with the Bitcoin being down and stuff, is that we do have options expiring tomorrow. I know Otaku's really good at staying on top of that. So at the time of writing, the put-call ratio is 0.95, suggesting a slightly bearish sentiment among traders. Notably, the max pain point is $107,000, indicating a high chance of further retracement in Bitcoin's price. 242,000 Ethereum options with a national value of almost $0.7 billion are set to expire as well, with a put-call ratio of 1.18. Also, the max pain 2,700 at the time of writing, sentiment has turned bearish for Ethereum, as evidenced by the put-call ratio and max pain data. 2% of the past BTC price dropped 2% in the past 24 hours, with the price trading at 107,000. The 24-hour low and high were 107,000 and 110,000 respectively. Furthermore, the trading volume remained flat in the last 24 hours. Analysts have raised concerns over massive liquidations in the short term with potential end of its rally. Meanwhile, Ethereum price declined 2% in the past 24 hours, with the price trading at $2,735. 24-hour low and high of $2,733 and $2,877 respectively. Furthermore, the trading volume decreased 5%, so maybe tomorrow's options expiring is shaking some people out. Very, very interesting. We need 44 more likes, guys, to reach our goal of 200 likes. Smash it, whack it, crack it, do what you got to do. Get it done. Let's get it. Robert Trucker, what's going on, man? Beebs, Rob, what's your thoughts on Zebec's partnership with AI Tech? I'm looking a little bit more into that right now. I did cover their spaces that they did yesterday. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but I did. I had a video yesterday covering the entire spaces that they did. So Cookie's good to buy, 20% down DCA. Yes, Cookie is a fantastic project. They just got listed on. Yes, I did see that. I think I saw that last night. Why is the market bleeding out? What happened? Well, you've got options expiring tomorrow, like we just kind of covered. A little bit of a correction. Nothing big, man. Nothing big. Funky Elizabeth Warren spoke ill towards the crypto bill, just pushing buttons and people's feelings Nothing factual. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Elizabeth Warren speaking out against a crypto bill? That doesn't sound normal. Sense the sarcasm, right? Oh, Elizabeth Warren. Good old Elizabeth Warren. All right, what else do we have? All right, tariffs will likely slow growth down and raise inflation for a year. Let's see.
Inflation data on the agenda today, this time at the producer level. May PPI is due in just over 2 hours' time. For more insights on inflation and the economy ahead of the Fed's policy meeting next week, we want to bring in Ian Shepherdson. He's chairman and editor-in-chief of Pantheon Macroeconomics. And Ian, the weaker than expected inflation numbers yesterday, once again. Look, what does this mean? That the tariffs are not going to be nearly as inflationary as people thought, or there's a longer delay? Because I mean, we keep waiting for these numbers that are not showing up.
We're all very impatient, aren't we? I mean, you know, it's only early April that the big announcement was made, and here we are getting the May numbers and getting excited because there's no tariff in the data. Yeah, we've got to take a deep breath and wait another couple of months. This is what we saw in 2018. It took about 3 months before we started to see the tariffs on consumer goods coming through at the CPI level. So I'm guessing it'll be something similar this time. But everybody's very on edge and very heightened attention given to all these numbers. But yeah, I think it's just a case of a bit of delay, not deferral, not indefinite. You know, we're going to see it eventually.
You know, the tariff news has been so, I don't know what you would call it, on again, off again, you know, higher levels, lower levels. How does that even play out? Like, how would you compare that to what we saw in 2018?
Oh, well, it's a much bigger scale, for sure. But the other, it's not just the tariffs, the actual tariffs themselves. I mean, if we knew what the tariffs were and we could just say, okay, this is going to be it for the foreseeable future, I think the business sector could gradually adjust to it. It would be a one-time shock, but they'd kind of get through it. The problem that I think going forward is that we've got this cloud of uncertainty just hanging over everything because of the chopping and changing, because of the on-off, the up-down, the threats about what might come in the future, and then the walkbacks. This makes it very difficult to plan. If you're a business, you know, considering hiring people or considering a capital investment that's got a long payoff period that might involve some imports, might involve some export trade as well, how do you plan for this? You have to allow for a much kind of wider range of possibilities than you did in the past, and that makes it difficult.
We've been talking about that for months, obviously, and all the worries. This is what I don't get. Defies. And your take, winter is coming, it's going to be bad, it's going to be awful. That may very well be true. You probably would have thought we would have seen more than we've seen so far at this point. You all
marginally.
Marginally?
Marginally, yeah.
On the inflation side. You also think it's going to hurt growth quite a bit.
Yeah.
I guess I certainly can see that. I don't know about the inflation. I guess we still have to wait. It's just weird that the numbers have been so good.
There's one super big question about all this, and that is, to what extent are U.S. retailers and wholesalers, distributors going to absorb it,
or get their
margins?
suppliers,
or the suppliers overseas? Got to say, we've not seen much sign of any of that yet, but it's just too early. It's just too early.
You see that this is crazy too. You see this? How much we collected in tariffs in the last 2 months?
32 billion last
38 billion in
last month.
I mean, I'm surprised to see it in the journal, but
So put that into your concerns about growth.
Yeah, well, it's a tax. It's a tax on the domestic consumer primarily and domestic businesses. But you know, retail margins went up massively during and after the pandemic, you know, by about a third roughly in gross terms. So that suggests to me there's scope for them to recompress, to take some of the hit, just to put them back to where they were before their margins shot up so much. The problem is that the market seems to think that margin expansion that we saw in 22, 23 is permanent. So it's going to come as a shock if what happens to tariffs is that, not that they destroy the inflation numbers, but that they massively push down retail margins.
Is there any way you're way too negative? And it does, if the stock market is truly a barometer of the future and what's going to happen, it certainly would cause you to at least maybe question whether the real bearish case comes to pass.
Well, to be very clear, I've never thought the tariffs were big enough to cause a recession. I've always thought that they'd be big enough to slow growth down, probably for a year or so, and that they'd raise inflation for a year. I never thought that they would pass through into sustained inflation. I've never been a buyer of this, tariffs are going to cause stagflation story. I don't buy that. I don't think the labor market is strong enough to get people, getting big wage gains that then spiral upwards.
None of that. Yeah.
So, but it's a one-time hit. It's a tax increase. You can't raise revenue from
Everybody
tariffs.
wants to raise taxes.
Well, the president just did it.
I know.
And then he takes them back down again, puts them back up
Half the country is dying for a tax increase.
Well,
maybe
they're getting
the market's response maybe is on this assumption that these high tariffs are not going to last, that this is a negotiation, that you're going to get lower numbers.
Sure.
Working
I think
on
that's
that
dead
assumption and based on what both the president and Scott Bessent said yesterday, makes you think that. That July 8th or 9th is really not the deadline.
Then you're back to deregulation and certainty on taxes, on corporate tax. You're back to all the tailwinds.
Well, the full expensing in the bill, I'm very happy about that.
I do see it on your face.
It makes me very happy. Anything that makes the economy grow faster makes me happy. But tariffs don't. I mean, tariffs are a distortion and a tax and uncertainty. But yeah, the 145%, that was never going to last.
Will it hurt more than the retail stocks, you think, if it hurts their margins? I mean, you think about places that use aluminum, places that use steel, the taxes that have come through on that.
Yeah, the users are the risk. All the focus is on the steel jobs that get protected, domestic producers that get to raise their prices behind the tariff wall. We need to be thinking a lot more about the very diffuse but very large number of businesses that are users of this stuff who now have to pay significantly more. And it's pretty clear to me that the cost in those businesses is bigger from a macro perspective than the gains to the businesses which are protected. So, I am very sympathetic to people who've lost their jobs because of deindustrialization and unfair competition from China and other countries, and some of their trade behavior has been totally outrageous. I have no problem with seeking to address that. I just don't think that blunt force tariffs are the way to do it.
I would agree with them, but I don't think that the tariffs are going to be a long-term negative effect, to be honest with you. I don't think so. We had a little bit of a bump in inflation because of it this month, but I told you guys a couple weeks ago to expect that, right? So we're good. We're sitting right now back at the 30-day. We got to close the candle above there in about 2.5 hours, something like that. So we'll stay on top of it. Junior, what's up, buddy? I wanted to know your opinion on Gitcoin. Gitcoin. What is Gitcoin? Launched at the peak of the last bull run, so that's why the chart looks like that. This is all bear market here. So, $15 million market. It's got great tokenomics. Doesn't have any. So what is it? It's a platform for to fund builders looking for meaning. So is this a lending protocol? Podcast, various. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. All-time high last bull run, $22. They've got liquidity. They've got listings. They've got Binance. You got Kraken, MEXC, KuCoin, probably Crypto.com, right? LBank. Yeah, Crypto.com. Upbit. Yeah, so liquidity is there. Honestly, I mean, I'd have to do a little bit more research into it to kind of see what they're all about. But I mean, just based on the surface, it looks like a good project, man. It's high risk, high reward. It's only got a $15 million market cap, right? So I wouldn't be going like knuckles deep into it or anything, but it seems like a decent project to me. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. All right, guys, listen, I got some running around to do. I got to catch up on some things. I will be live again tonight at 8. And yeah, I got a video coming out for the Patreon as well. Once again, guys, just to remind you, Hara from Jasmi, yes, Hara himself is going to be answering some of our questions. If you want me to field one of your questions to Hara for the channel, you have to be a Patreon member for that. So jump over to the Patreon, guys. And I will see you guys later tonight. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.